Shalom Yeshabala. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Recha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Ofle Akim that's preached the word in all truth and sincerity. Alone to Israelite foreign brothers that are like the heathens. But the line of outside goes back to the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this is Buddy your call, a mop with the lesson. And today's lesson will be entitled Our Losses Will Turn into Wins. You know, I'm just gonna go on some precepts and Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. Our losses will turn into wins, because, when we come in this truth, we all suffer, in tribulation. A lot of people look down upon us because of what we believe in and what we teach, which is the Bible, but we teach the Bible in its correct way, and, many people are offended, at the Bible, are offended in Yahweh Shai, man. We may, seem like, these people, the world is winning, but really, we're winning, man, because really all our afflictions that we go through, is to strengthen us for the day to come, which is a J control, man, and I just want to bring out an example of our righteous forefather Job on how he was going through it, man, you know. But the one thing that Job didn't lose was his integrity, and that's the main thing we can't lose is our integrity, man. No matter how hard it gets, because sometimes it can get hard, man. Sometimes it can get overwhelming, but we still gotta continue to push to pray to Yahweh Shemon Shai, to give us that mental fortitude, man, to endure, to persevere. So I just wanted to go into it, and I just want to I'm gonna start from the book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 1. And I'm not gonna read the whole chapter, just gonna bounce around, because chapter, I don't want to make this lesson too long. But this is Job 1 and 1. It says, there was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared Yahweh and eschewed evil, man. So this man, which he was an Israelite, by the way, he wasn't an Edomite. Job, he was a man of the Lord, man. He eschewed evil, you know. Let's look at what Job's name means in the Hebrew, you know. Job, his name in the Hebrew is Ayawab, which means hated, and right. And I heard Elder Kazak from Mississippi once say, he says, yeah, because sometimes all the hell that we go through, it can feel like the Most High hate us. But no, that all what we go through, our afflictions is a token that the Lord loves us, because the Lord says, um, the Lord loveth who he chasteneth, disciplines. You see? It says, verse 2, it says, and there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. It says his substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 sea asses and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East, man. So Job, he was the richest man in the East. The Lord was dealing with him, man. You know. Now I'm gonna jump down. Now the spirit of Satan had a bet with the Most High when you read it. That that Job would curse the Most High to his face. Once the Most High started taking things from Job and stuff. You know, you know, basically, afflicting Job and stuff. But the Most High told Satan. I'm just gonna read it. Job 1 and verse 8. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh said to Satan," and this is the spiritually in Satan in the spiritual realm. Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, and one that feared Yahweh and escheweth evil. Then Satan answered the Lord Yahweh and said, Though Job fear Yahweh, fear the Most High for not? Has not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he have on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. So the Lord had that hedge of protection on Job's household, him and his household, man. It says, verse 11, But put forth thy hand now, and touch all that he have, and he will curse thee to thy face. And this is Satan speaking, you know. So, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, Behold, all that he have is in that power, only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So meaning don't kill him. Touch everything that he got, but don't kill him, but don't kill Job. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in the eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, The oxen were plowing, and the asses was feeding beside them. And the Sabians fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servant with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee, man. So this is, you can only imagine what Job was feeling, how he was feeling, man. Overwhelmed, like, damn, why this happened? But let's keep reading. It says, While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, The fire of Yahweh is fallen from heaven, and have burned up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, The Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels, and had carried them away, yea, and slain thy the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, so this is, imagine, this happened 3 times. This happened 3 times, to Job, like, man, like, all this has happened all at one time. This is while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness. It smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young man, and they are dead, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. So Job was going through it, man. Job was taking L's. You see? It says, verse 20, but this point right here, then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshiped. He worshiped Yahweh by Shemon Shai, man. Because he understood that, the Lord, blesses us and he takes away. It says, and said, Naked came out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord Yahweh gave, and the Lord Yahweh have taken away. Blessed be the name of Yahweh. So this is a spirit of integrity, man. Even though he was getting, taking L's, getting played, by the spiritual being Satan through the Most High Yahweh, but he still kept his integrity, man. He didn't bug out. He didn't bug out like these average people would, man. It says, in all this Job sinned not, nor charged Yahweh foolishly, man. So that's right. And then his woman came up against him. We go to Job 2 and verse 8, 9. And then also Satan played him with boils too. I say verse 7, so with Satan forth from the presence of the Lord, it smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. So not only his household was afflicted, the Lord afflicted his body as well, man. You see? It says, and he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thy integrity? Curse Yahweh and die. So, Joel's wife, he said, curse the Most High and die, man. And this shows the spirit of women when all hell break loose, man. They're not meant to, they love comfort. They're not meant to handle afflictions like a man, you see, and they're emotional. It says, but he said to her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh, and shall not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips, man. So Job understood the balance of the Lord. No, we receive good at the hand of the Most High, but shall we not receive evil? You see? And that's the whole point of my lesson is, our losses going to turn to W's, man. And Job was experiencing, as the scriptures say, manifold temptations. What Job was experiencing, there were manifold temptations. Manifold meaning many. You know, you go to 1 Peter 1 and verse 6. It says, wherein you greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness, through manifold temptations, man, right? Because sometimes we could be in heaviness, man. Let's look at that word heaviness, being overwhelmed, and you just, but what comfort us is to know that it's not going to last forever. This is just a test from Yahweh Shemot Shai. You see? But heaviness is from the Greek word lipio, which means to affect with sadness, cause grief. To grieve, man. To make one uneasy. Yeah, because it's not easy, man. While we going through those tribulations, it's not easy. You may have a job, you may, seem like for months you just paying bill after bill after bill. You like you never had money you never really had money for yourself, and it's hard to save, man. Living paycheck to paycheck, and you might sometimes you could just feel insane, man. But as the scripture say, we can't let bitterness take root in our spirit, but due to our afflictions that we go through. You see? It says you are in heaviness through manifold temptations, man. So that word manifold, and that's what Job was experiencing. Manifold is of various sorts, man, because different things can happen. That's how different situations was happening to Job. Different situations can happen to you. Your car may break down all of a sudden, but also you're going through financial problems at the same time as well. You see, or you may not have a job at the moment, and you have an ailment, a sickness or something. Just, give a couple examples, So that can happen, man. But we got to just keep pushing, knocking, Yeah, it's not easy, but the Lord loves a soldier, man. We can't complain less, and praise more, man. Because we understand that what we go through is more for our benefit than our loss. You see? But this is 1 Peter 1 and 7. It says that the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found to praise and honor and glory after the appearing of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Right, man? So the trial of our faith is more precious than of gold that perishes, man. Because we getting, we getting all those impurities off of us in the spirit, which was the ways of Babylon that we grew up in, man. Those character flaws and stuff, those habits. It says the westernized thinking, because it's a process to that, It says, verse 8, purging away from black culture, Hispanic culture, Native American culture, man, that our parents gave us to keep us in a state of darkness. It says, verse 8, it says, whom having not seen, ye love. Right, we never seen a little Yahweh Shai, but we love him, man, for what he did for the nation of Israel. And for what he's going to do very soon, which is to deliver the elect. The Lord won't be a part of that, And just all the great things that he did, man. It said, in whom, though now you see him not, yet believing, yet we believe in our Lord Yahweh Shai. Ye rejoice and with joy unspeakable and full of glory. And that's right. Because one thing, we must suffer for the Lord's sake. Philippians 1:29 says, for unto you it is given in the behalf of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for his sake, man, right? So, we have to suffer for the name of the Lord's sake. We got to drink that cup, you know, bearing our cross, you see? And that leads me to Matthew 20, and off on these last couple precepts. Matthew 20 and I start verse 20. It says, Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children, which Zebedee's children was James and John, you know. It says, Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshiping him and desired a certain thing of him. And he said unto her, What wilt thou? She said unto him, Grant that these my two sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on the left, in thy kingdom. But Yahushua answered and said, You know not what you ask. Are you able to drink of that cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? They said to him, We are able, man. Because I heard the brother Ayashima from GMS Mississippi once, break down this precept. He said, yeah, because a lot of people ask for things that they don't. A lot of people want the certain positions, but they don't know. They don't know what it takes to get to that, to have that position. They don't count the cost. They just want that. They just see from they just see that position. They just see having that position, but they don't see what they gotta go through by obtaining that position, by getting that position. It says, verse 22. It says, verse 23. It says, and he said unto him, You shall drink indeed of my cup, man. Which that cup was that affliction, which they did. They ended up being put to death, man. Slaki, not one of them. James, the brother of John and Zebedee, he was slain with the sword by Herod in Acts 12 chapter. But John, he survived, hence why he got the revelation from the island Patmos, as Yahweh gave him that, but he still was in the salt mine, so he still was drinking of that cup as well, It says, and he said unto them, Ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with, but to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared by my Father, right? Because Yahweh, everything goes to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh first, So, yeah, man, we have to, but the point I want to get out these precepts is drinking of that cup, man. We all have to, which he drunk of that cup of slavery already, but, talking about, drinking the cup once you come in this truth, suffering for the name of the Lord's sake, catching the L's, being deprived, but, everything that we go through, Akim, is gonna, turn to W's, Lord willing, party elect, man. And the Lord's gonna, and the scripture says, Ecclesiastes 7, 7 and, let's see, yeah, Ecclesiastes 7 and 8, it says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, right? So, arguments, the ending will be better than it is in the beginning, because we understand that the end will be, Lord willing, party elect is salvation, getting the new bodies, and being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, man. It says, and impatient in spirit, which is going to rule in your spirit, controlling your emotions, is better than the proud in spirit, right? Because the proud in spirit they're just proud, they don't, they just go off their own will, you see. But yeah, but the better is the end of a thing than the beginning, Akim. So always got to remember that, Akim, and the Lord is going to bless us, man. So yeah, Akim, I just want to make a list on that. Lord, want to act was edified. And until next time, Shalom.